MSG. And after the Knicks took a 1-point lead to go into the half, they would end up blowing it open in the third quarter, taking a 16-point lead. Led by Julius Randle, who's in his Magic Johnson bag. Another triple-double tonight. Put some respect on his name. And the Frank Hive has to stand up tonight because the French Prince came alive in that third quarter. So when we thought it was all over at that 16-point lead, guess again, because the Magic came clawing back on a 19-2 run. And after that, it was a dogfight, man. Taking it into the fourth, Julius would end up rallying the troops with a couple of clutch buckets. Couple clutch buckets by Bullock as well. Alec Burks with a clutch and one, but the Magic would not go quietly, man. But in the end, Reggie Bullock gets a clutch stop on the defensive end, and the Knicks escape with a 94-93 victory in a much-needed win, man. Much-needed win. Salute to the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moore, CK2K. This is Knicks Postgame Live, number one show for the fans by the fans, presented by Manscaped. CK, man, we escaped by the skin of our teeth. Crazy game, man, but hey, I'll take it, man. What were some of your takeaways tonight, bro?
They tried to give us a third heart attack in a row, but my
cardiac
was,
Knicks back again.
Once again, yeah. And then Reggie Bullock, for all those that keep going after him, he righted his mistake tonight after turning over the ball. Well, not turning over the ball, getting the jump ball and then losing the jump ball, getting that huge turnover at the end of the game. But yeah, a lot of unlikely heroes tonight that I'm excited to talk about. Because, of course, Julius Randle dropping another triple-dub tonight. Love seeing that, arguably with a quiet 17. But we had some unlikely heroes like Alec Burks, Reggie Bullock, the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Ntilikina with the stare of the game. Yeah, so it was a good game, but it was a very scary game because you're up 16 and then you blinked and we were down by 3. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Man, oh, man, I got to start Ash with Julius, man. Because, with no point guards playing tonight, we had no Peyton, we had no Rose once again. He did show up at MSG, but he's still in the COVID protocol. We did start Frank at the point, but they started Bullock as well. And I thought Julius, knowing the situation, understanding that we didn't have our floor generals out there, he put his team first. He put playmaking first ahead of his own buckets, and he trusted his guys early. And I thought that was a huge difference, man. 17 dimes for Julius Randle tonight. Third triple-double. First time since Michael Ray Richardson, 1981-82. Outstanding by Julius, man. Give me some thoughts on his game tonight.
Listen, you got to call Julius Randle not only the all-star, but also the playmaker, the facilitator. He is the floor general, the captain of the New York SS ship for a reason, because he holds down the fort. He does it all. He's a man of many talents. He has many tricks in his hat. And I just want to say I told you so. I'm so glad we didn't trade him like the rest of this chat wanted us to. And here we are. But that's neither here nor there. Listen, this just shows you now. I agree with CK. The game did get a little scary because we did allow the Magic to go on a 10-0 run, despite them not shooting that well from the three, especially in the third quarter. So that was a little concerning. That was a little scary. I would have preferred this gap to been a lot bigger when we pulled out this win, but we pulled it out. So I'm going to take a dub when I can get it, especially at home. But you're supposed to win games like this. You're supposed to win games at home, always defend your territory. Always beat a team like the Magic, who are very up and down. They're very back and forth, not as consistent as I think people would like them to be. And when I say people, I think Magic fans would like them to be. Obviously, we're a much better defensive team than they are, and you're supposed to make it hard for them. I think we played a little bit more lax than I would like. But like I said, when it came down to it, we got the job done, and that's really all you can ask for.
Yeah, indeed. And this Magic team had lost 8 straight, so they came in hungry. And these teams match up evenly, man. All our games against this team are come down to the wire. Tough games. 2 coaches come from the same coaching tree. They know each other. It's like Professor X and Magneto out there. And, we take the 16-point lead, and it's like Clyde said, we just don't have that killer instinct. And even with Julius's playmaking prowess out there, we know how our offense can get stuck in the mud. And especially without a true floor general, when it started to tighten up in crunch time, that's when the Magic came back into the game. And Fournier started going off. Mo Bamba hits a 3-pointer. Vucevic starts going off again. in. So it got tight, man. It got tight. And CK, even though we didn't have our guards, you know, Burks and Ntilikina came in and played their role, not from a facilitating standpoint, but Burks started scoring. He was scoring early. Got us a nice and one. Well, he didn't make the foul shot, but got us a nice and one late in the game. And then Frank, you know, the defense was there, solid rotations all night, but no points in that first half. And then he would end up scoring 12 of his 13 in the second half. And I thought that, you know, the guards, those two guards, you know, ended up sealing it for us, man. They played well.
Yeah, Frank Ntilikina flipped the switch in halftime. I don't know if Johnny B or Tibbs or whoever, somebody slapped him upside the head in the locker room, because I didn't recognize this dude that came out in that number 11 jersey in that second half. My man was out there mean mugging. He just lost his mind, thought that he was just going to casually dunk on Vucevic in the third quarter. There's a lot of moments there where, yeah, Frank Ntilikina definitely stepped up and helped us out offensively like we've been asking for. And, yeah, man, Alec Burks, I'm going to give love to Reggie, too, like, because Reggie was coming off the bench tonight, and they all stepped up in that second half. And we were expecting to see a lot more of the point guard play or the guard tandem of Alec Burks and Frank Ntilikina, but they were definitely more of the scorers for us tonight, as Julius Randle, like Ashley said, Captain Julius, did everything he needed to do tonight with those 17 assists. I was looking for him to get that Chris Duhon record, CP. I wanted it so bad.
Everybody was looking forward to break Duhon's record, man.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, come on, 6 more, get above 22, pass the record, have your name up there. That'd be cool. But it's all good. 17 is crazy, triple double.
17 is crazy.
But yeah, man, bro. huge night. That second half, you saw us flip the switch, but it was just crazy for us to have that 16-point lead and lose it. I'm happy about it, but I was upset about that moment. So, because it feels like, you know, it was good in the time, but that fourth quarter felt like that never happened. But yeah, we definitely got a lot of help from guys that we needed the help from tonight, especially with as shorthanded as we were.
Yeah, I mean, and go ahead, Ash, go ahead.
No, definitely. I was going to say the exact same thing. And also, I think in this instance, I am glad that Reggie Bullock was in the fourth quarter. Normally, we don't want him in the fourth. Normally, he needs to be on the bench the entire fourth quarter. But we're going to go ahead and call him Reggie Buckets tonight because he was there. He was in the game and he was doing his thing. So in this instance, I am happy that Reggie touched the court in the fourth. Can't say I want that consistently, but it worked out tonight. And that's all I care about.
Big time. 6 of 13 from downtown. And that's what you want out of Bullock, man. You got to let it fly. Got to let it fly and knock it down. He was a plus 16 on the night, 20 points, and he came through big time. I don't know if it was coming off the bench in this game for the first time all season or what, but he was big in the fourth. And even though they would, you know, make it close in the end when they tied him up and it was a jump ball with Knicks clinging to a 1-point lead, he redeemed himself by getting the stop on Fournier. And that was all she wrote, man. So great job by Bullock once again, chipping in with 20 points. RJ, I thought RJ set a good tone for us early. 17 points, 9 boards for RJ, 7 of 15 from the field.
9 God, baby.
1 for 3 from downtown, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. I loved RJ's activity out there, just once again, just imposing his will, knowing that the Magic really didn't have a tough defender out there to stop him. So RJ did a good job in that first half, man. What you guys think about RJ tonight?
You already know how I feel about my boy RJ Barrett. Listen, this is what RJ does. He's able to kind of get himself back in the game. We have instances from him, and people are critical of him, of the shots that he missed where he should have made them, the things that he does that he shouldn't have done, or the things that he doesn't do that he should do. But what he always does is he comes back each game better and prepared to work harder. And that is all you can ask for in your young superstars to be. And RJ Barrett fits that criteria. He is always coming to play. He is always coming to prove that he deserves to be part of this team, that he deserves to be on the court, that he is consistently getting better and better every time he touches that ball, every day, every game, as the season progresses. And that is all you can ask for. I mean, he was out there just slicing and dicing. He was moving and grooving. I'm taking all of Clyde's phrases because they apply right now. So put some respect on the 9 God, the Maple Mamba, Broadway Barrett, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, man.
RJ, listen, RJ's going to be okay. Just know that.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. If he ain't worried about the shot, then I ain't worried about the shot. Because in the beginning, he was missing some of those easy ones, but he kept on going, and then it started to go in for him. So if he ain't worried about it, and if he ain't swayed by him, I ain't gonna be swayed by him because I trust RJ. And he had another good game for us tonight. We needed it.
Yeah.
Almost a double for him, but it's all good. Does 17 and 9. I liked it. RJ doing what RJ does.
Yeah, man. So it's a good effort by RJ. And a couple of interesting defensive sequences down the stretch. Tibbs goes with Taj Gibson over Nerlens. He goes with Taj on Vucevic. And I think he did that because he wanted Taj, and the physicality part of it, I think he wanted Taj out there to kind of body him up a little bit. Vucevic did catch him on a couple of bad moves in that fourth quarter to bring the Magic back into the game. But I thought Taj held his own for the most part. And then offense, defense. I thought there were some questionable points where the Magic were making their run. The Knicks would come back, the Magic would take a timeout, and Tibbs would leave in Burks rather than swap back in Frank. We didn't see Frank from 3 minutes on in that game. And so I thought that was kind of interesting because I thought there was a lot of moments where Frank's defense was needed, especially when Fournier was going off. And I thought that was interesting part where he left in Burks and Bullock instead of bringing in Frank, who I thought had a good defensive game. So still ended up getting the W, 94-93, and we'll take it, man. We'll definitely take it.
Yeah, the timing was weird, and I wasn't gonna complain about it because we still ended up winning it. And I don't know if we want to take out Reggie because, like Ashley said, Reggie was key for us. Even though he had that turnover, he still made the game-winning defensive play. So, but at the same time, it was just weird because Frank literally there was the possession before. He guarded 3 of the Magic players, which got us to stop, and then proceeded to make the 3-point ball that led to the timeout, and then come out of timeout, he's on the bench, and he doesn't play for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It was just a weird sequence because, I thought that he got taken out because for offense, defense, I thought they were just going to switch it up, but he never came back on the court. But it worked out. It was shaky, but it worked out. So it was just weird. I'm with you on that. It was a little weird.
Got the dub, man. Got the dub. So what you're saying is the Frank Hive needs to announce themselves in the chat right now because
Speak up.
It was shaky, man. It was shaky. He got the start tonight. The Frank Hive versus the Frank Haters was going down in Twitter.
Okay.
First half went to the Frank Haters. Second half goes to the Frank Hive, man. So Frank Hive, if you're in the chat, give me a hashtag Frank Hive. You're alive and well. Let us know, man. Go ahead, Ash.
Let's just hope that Frank isn't pulling the X that pops in when you're moving on and doing better with the hey big head to rope you back in.
That's
just
Frank's
hope
MO,
that next game he doesn't revert back to old ways because I feel like we've seen this before.
He's done that to us.
Do we know the story?
We
know the story.
We've seen Frank not that long ago come out and have this amazing game, and we say Frank is here. Forget Peyton. Send him for a chopped cheese and a quart of water to Canada. I don't even care where you send him. And make sure you take Austin Rivers with him too. And we're ready to ship him off. And then Frank goes back and does Frank things. And we were having the same conversation last show when we were criticizing Frank and saying, look, we are already seeing old patterns come back into play. So what are we going to do here? Now here we are coming back into the conversation. Frank Hive is alive and well. My only wish is for Frank to remain consistent because when we get this version of Frank, there is a spot on this roster for Frank when he plays like this. He is necessary and he is needed on this team when he plays like he plays tonight.
We've been wishing for it for 4 years, so we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Damn, I threw on slow-mo mode and I missed all the super chats. So let me, before we get to the phones, let me just scroll up manually.
You asked that on yourself, though, CP. You said Frank High stand up, and they
blew up the chat. Yeah, they blew up the chat.
Rolling.
They absolutely annihilated the chat, man. But salute, man. Just making sure everybody's up and running. We got 1,500 people in the chat right now. Let's get those likes up. Let's get up to 1,000 likes. We'll do a hat giveaway. If we get up to 1,000 likes, we'll do a snapback giveaway. Got to celebrate another win and celebrate KnicksFanTV getting to 33,000 subscribers. We did crack it the other night, but we lost. You know what I mean? I wasn't in a good mood. I was tight. And so I wasn't in the giving spirit. But tonight, it's Thursday. We're on the cusp of Friday. So let's get it going, man. We'll do the giveaway if we get to 1,000 likes. So, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Salute to Paul Robinson. He says Taj got more moves than Obi. Yo, Taj did turn back the clock, man. He had like a nice little baseline.
I thought we were gonna avoid the Obi slam.
Yeah, man.
I guess I was wrong.
I'm not in the mood for the Obi talk, man. Obi's redshirting this year. All right, let's just put it that way, man. He's redshirting this year. No Obi slander tonight, man.
My poor Obi.
Yeah, man.
Obi.
So salute Knicks Twitter veteran Vivek in here. He says, "Damn, CK
Hey.
co-host in here. Wild 30-piece for Randall. Ugly win, but a W is a W, man. Randall is what Don Nelson envisioned in Anthony Mason Sands defense. Nearly had 3 guys with double doubles. Yep. OB Knox got to revisit their priorities, man. Yeah, it was quiet. It was quiet, man. I was hoping for something, a glimmer of hope.
Knox don't get a pass though. Knox don't.
Yeah,
He don't get minutes regularly like
it's
that.
been
He
a
don't get
while,
pass.
but damn,
Give my boy Knox
we
a
didn't
pass.
we didn't get him
Corner
one
boy
look.
Kev.
We didn't get corner boy Kev one look. It was the Alec Burks show in the second quarter. I'm not
That's
gonna
what I'm
complain because
saying.
Burks
Right,
was
that's what I'm
hot.
saying. Like, give him a pass. Obi playing every night.
Yeah.
Kevin Knox got out there for a little bit and then
Yeah.
went back on the bench. Like, give him a pass.
I was more so hoping that he was just gonna get some touches, bro. He didn't even get
He didn't touch
shot.
it. Nah.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the give and take with Burks. When he has it cooking, But sometimes he'll dribble the air at the ball too. So tonight was his night though. And when Viv says almost a double, Burks did. He had 10 boards, 21 points, 10 boards, 50% from the field. So it was a good night for Burks, man. Good shooting night for Burks for sure. A couple other super chats. I'm gonna get to the other ones that I missed in a second. Larry Israel says, call the fire department. Max Kellerman dying from smoke inhalation. Nice job, CP. Salute my guy, Larry Israel, a.k.a. L.I. from L.I. And let's get to the phones, man. Benji's up first. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, what's up? What's up, CP? What's up, CK? I
Hi.
know going into every game.
Yo.
Hi. Sorry about that. I'm calling. I'm a little bit shaken from that game tonight. Apologies.
Yeah, man. It's all good,
It seems like every time we play Orlando, the game is always like this. It always comes down to Fournier having the ball down the stretch, Vucevic having the ball down the stretch, and some really, really dicey moments. I'm tired of playing this team. I'm tired of hearing Clyde talk about Dwayne Bacon and how he's hungry.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. But thank God we pulled out the win. Because if we had lost this game, it would have been. I'm going to say it would have been close to catastrophic because with the Sixers coming up, who knows if we can't win that game and we fall further down the standings. Big shout out to Bullock tonight.
Yeah.
Very proud of him, how he came through. He's been stepping his game up big time. I mean, we all know who he is. He's a good role player. But I think he kind of, I hate to say this, but I think he's a bit underrated. I think he kind of gets, it's easy to pile on him because he's not a flashy player. But I think he's been really stepping his game up the last 5, 6, 7 games. He's been kind of in double figures pretty consistently. He's been shooting the ball. He's been sniping. He's been hitting some clutch threes. He's always there with the defense. And I think Burks, too, it's funny. Burks he moves very slowly on the court. He doesn't really have a lot of athleticism, but he gets it done. It's hard to explain. Like, there's not too many guys that have his skill set. He kind of plays like a YMCA player where he kind of just jogs up the court and barely breaks a sweat. But he gets to his spot and he pulls up, and tonight he gets it done. I guess I'm very worried about, obviously, this year more than other years with our depth. So I think we really got to go out there and look at the free agent market and who we can, in advance of the trade deadline, which is a week away. I mean, one of my friends mentioned this to me. I think we got to consider like some small moves, I would have considered signing Jeremy Lin to a 10-day contract.
Oh, you're bugging, man. For what? To do what?
Because we can't. I want to time warp back to 2012, but the point is,
this guy wants insanity.
We had no. I mean, Jeremy Lin can at least. We know he can shoot the ball a little bit. We know he's going to be smart and have a high IQ out there. And we were lucky to get by tonight. But I mean, it doesn't seem like this Rose situation is resolving itself anytime soon. I know he was sitting on the bench, so that's a good sign. So
let's wait and see, man. Appreciate the call. Let's wait and see. He just got back. Whether it was a funeral or COVID or whatnot, we'll see what happens with Rose. But I see that the tricky thing is where we are right now, trying to make this playoff push. Everybody wants to make moves, to continue that, and so. We'll see what happens. I got a couple tidbits on the trade deadline I'll get to in a little while. I did speak to the plug, gave me a couple joints. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on that front. Yeah, what was up?
This man really said Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin.
Hey, but he was honest.
Yeah, he did.
like-
He did. Salute Benji,
2012.
man.
Of
Salute
all
Benji.
the players we could sign
Yeah.
to a 10-day contract,
Of all people, he
Jeremy
said
Lin was
Lin.
the first person that came out of his mouth.
He wants to rekindle that flame, man.
For real?
Yeah.
That was the first name you could think of. Was
only
Jeremy freaking Lin.
only one
Seriously?
Iman in the chat said I wasn't expecting this man to say Jeremy Lin.
Out of control.
Orlando Palace's
Like,
conversation went left with Jeremy
was
Lin.
he even able to make the Warriors roster?
No.
And they're like horrendous.
I'm in no place to judge because I'm here cheering for this Kylo Quinn reunion. So I'm not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh man, people, Benji, you my guy, man. Benji, you my guy.
Insanity to want that Lin sanity back.
Yeah,
Okay,
straight
You know
up
what I'm saying?
insanity.
Like,
Straight up insanity. But nah, Benji, you my guy, man. But you know, with Bullock and Burks, they've had some strong games, but it's just inconsistency. You know, those guys are career role players, and so with that, you know, that's what you're gonna get. But with Bullock, at the very least, you're gonna get consistent defensive effort, I think, and that's what Tibbs loves about him. Tonight, you saw him closing out, defending Aaron Gordon. Some nights you're gonna see him playing a point guard. Sometimes you're gonna see him playing against the wing. So he's a you know, versatile, multi-positional defender that Tibbs likes, and you just hope that the 3-pointer is consistent. And tonight it was. Tonight it definitely was. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let's go to my guy Papa Left in the building. What's going on, bro?
Hey, good evening, CK, CP, Ash. What's going on?
How you feeling, bro? Yeah, how you recovering, man? How's your neck?
The recovery is great. I'm in my new apartment. First day with the wireless hookup.
Nice.
Got the Fubo TV. I'm actually watching you guys right now on YouTube. So almost broke my TV tonight, but thankfully we pulled out the win. And all the negativity from tonight's game, as far as my perspective, gets thrown away with a win.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the end of the game, the way that you could see the way that this team ran to Reggie Bullock and really connected to him. And I just wanted to bring some, you know, give Reggie Bullock his roses.
Yeah.
And before Taj got signed here, Reggie Bullock, who recently turned 30, I'm also 30. He recently turned 30 this week, and he was the elder statesman on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned in one of my first calls that Reggie's been through a bit of a tragedy, a couple tragedies in his life. Two of his younger sisters have been murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And Reggie Bullock tonight came out, you know, very aggressive. It's his birthday week. He had that energy. And late in the game, we kind of had our karma from our jump balls with the Nets turn against us. And then he got out-jumped by Fournier. And the previous two nights, his defensive assignments on James Harden and Tobias Harris, he gets up into the body, but he is not quick enough once that first step gets taken on him. And he was getting dragged the last two nights. And I thought once Fournier got the ball at the top of the key, I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
And he, you know, Fournier is not the most athletic guy, but he can take the ball to the hoop, and he can stop on a dime. So I thought Reggie played that. I think Fournier wanted to go to the rim and wanted to get that first step, and I think Reggie was ready for that. And the team just swamped him at the end of the game. With that said, I do want to just bring attention to a point I made, and it kind of played itself out tonight with Alec Burks versus a guy like Evan Fournier and even Aaron Gordon, who or Terrence Ross or something like that. Aaron Gordon got taken out of the game, in my opinion, for no reason tonight, and that gave us an advantage. But Evan Fournier and Alec Burks, I think people kind of trolled me here, but then again, the same people who do that also said RJ Barrett's a bum or whatever. But I think Fournier is slightly better than an Alec Burks for one reason alone, and that's because of the diversity of how he can score the ball. He can finish at the rim. He's sneaky tall at 6'7". He has a little bit more range in the mid-range. And Alec Burks, like you said, dribbles the air out of the ball. So, no, I'm not trying to trade Alec Burks, and I highly doubt when you get into your trade segment that he's even being thought of as a trade. I'm just saying, as a fan, being creative, if we're going to keep Knox and even sometimes Ntilikina on the bench, and Thibodeau wants to go for it, I would take the slightest upgrade, even if it's just a slight upgrade at guard. But looking forward to the rest of the show.
But Fournier, appreciate the call, bro. Fournier, I think he's a free agent coming up. So could be an option, man. Could be an option. That boy started cooking in the fourth quarter. Definitely could be an option, CK. What's your thoughts on Fournier, bro?
It's like we talked about, I think, a few nights ago. It's the same. It's the Victor Oladipo thing for me. I understand we need to boost, just like everyone's been saying, boost our bench a little bit, and I agree with that. But I don't know if Fournier is the one, because we're gonna have to give up assets to get him.
I won't trade for
him. We can
him.
give up assets to get somebody else that can do the same thing. If we want to go get him in the offseason, go get him in the offseason. I don't know. I'm just not crazy about it. I'd rather get a different wing, but I mean, not for me. It ain't. Fournier is not for me.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Appreciate the call, Papa
Also,
left. Go ahead, Ash.
I want to address something that's going on in the chat right now, just real quick. So the comment about Jeremy Lynn's sanity had nothing to do with, I don't know who the actual person is that said it, but it is not anything about Asian hate. It is nothing like that.
That's ridiculous.
It has nothing to do with him as a person, had nothing to do where he comes from, what his nationality is, what his heritage is, what his race is. Let's make that very clear, especially in the climate that we are in right now. I grew up in New York. We all grew up in New York. We grew up around Asians. We grew up around different types of people. There is no room in my heart for hate of any kind for any type of demographic. That's not even something that you should say in this climate. It's not funny. It's not a joke. Has nothing to do with that. So let's just make that very, very clear.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Basketball 24/7, Knicks, we make jokes. It's fun, but that's not okay. Let's not even bring that into this.
Nah, you know how it is, man. People, get on the keyboard and start talking crazy, but we know what it is. Guard up, Nick sends a super chat. He says, salute CP Ash, CK, great win tonight. Down a few guys. Burke started looking good. Reggie playing with something to prove off the bench. Rosen quickly back, and we're back rolling. Mitch next. Yeah, Mitch has been practicing. Rose took some practice shots tonight, so seems like he's around the corner. Seems like Mitch is coming in soon. Seems like Mitch is going to be coming back soon, so hopefully we get back to full strength.
Hurry up, Mitch.
Yeah, no IQ tonight.
No, I miss him.
Yeah, man. Salute to block
where
this, man.
are you?
Salute to block this. Facts. Cynthia sends us a super chat. She says, I wish when Obi comes in, people would pass the ball to him. We need to give him some minutes when we're leading in double digits and give Randall a breather. So I want to say, if I go back into the play-by-play, I want to say when the Magic started cooking in the fourth, Obi was in, and they took him out. And that was about 9 minutes left, and they had to put Julius back in. So that's the thing, it's Julius ain't getting that rest out there, man.
I don't know what to do with my.
He's in his head.
It's in his head.
The fast break possession with him and Kevin Knox, where he was by himself. I mean, he had a defender on him. And instead of going to the rim like Dayton, Obi Toppin would have, he thought to go and try and pass the ball to the corner with two defenders in his face, and he turned over the ball. That was the moment I'm like, yeah, Obi's in his head. It like you said, it's a red shirt year. He's not there right now. It's not it for him right now, because old Obi would have gone to the rim or try to get a foul something, and he did not even try to do that. And that was just one of the many instances. We could talk about the backing up moment. You know what I'm talking about? Where he dribbled a crab walk all the way down, turn over the ball. Yeah, so he just seems like he's in his own head right now. And as a rookie, it happens, So it ain't the year. It's just
100%.
He's definitely in his own head. You couldn't even say he doesn't go up with any aggression. He doesn't go up with any attitude or any pizzazz or chutzpah, as they say. It's something. There's a disconnect. There's something that's not registering with him and his game. And I don't know if it's because he feels like he has this monkey on his back, constantly watching his every move, and he's afraid to make mistakes.
I think it's that. That's part of it. I think that's part of it. That affects you as a ball player. That affects you as a hooper. Is when you think that your coach is going to pull you if you even sneeze wrong. Is hard to play under that kind of pressure. And I just feel like Obi's got to get out of his own way. And when he does that, I feel like also it'll kind of help some things
fall into place, but I just don't think this is the year we're gonna see Obi's
It's a red
potential.
shirt year, man.
It's not gonna happen until next season.
It's
I
a
really
red
believe
shirt
that.
year,
Or
man.
or towards the very end of this season. It's just not gonna happen right now.
It's a red shirt year, man. That's it. That's it. You're not gonna get much out of it, man. That's it. There's no miracles coming for Obi, man. It's just a red shirt year. You know, we'll see what happens if we get a point guard, if we pick up the pace a little bit, and we'll see how productive he is off the bench. It's gonna be a problem, like I said, but we'll see. Walter from the Bronx, what's going on? No way around it, bro. There's no way around it. Walter, what's going on?
Hit that thumbs up button for your boy.
All day, all day.
Hit that thumbs up
All
button.
day. The remix.
The number one show for the fans.
Let's go.
So if you are a fan, hit that thumbs up button
Let's
for your
go.
boy.
Boss.
CP the Calumet Slayer.
Let's go.
What's up?
What's good, bro?
CK. Run the intro 2K. What's good? Cash App Ashley. What's going on? Let's get it.
How you feeling, bro?
Yo, I just want some accountability, though. I really got to bring it back. I'm a little stressed.
Yeah.
CP.
Yep.
You my man, 100 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Love what you're doing with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Love where you got it going. You guys are doing your thing. But I need you to take accountability.
For what?
On you trying to trade Julius Randle.
Oh, here we go,
and
man.
you was trying to trade him.
Here we go.
I love it here.
You're going to listen to phone calls. I need you to take accountability, and say we can't trade him, that we need to build around him. Can we do that?
Well, Walter, let me ask you something. When the off-season hit last year, was I the only one saying that they were going to try to trade him? Yes or no?
That's not the question.
There were multiple reports that they were trying to trade this man.
Deflection. Sounds like deflection.
Multiple reports that they were
talking
trying to
about
trade this man.
You, and the last time I called, you wanted him out of here for some pieces.
Listen, what more do I... Listen, I went on national TV this week defending that man 2 weeks in a row, defending Julius. What more do you want? What more do you want?
Good point.
Listen.
That's not the question.
Listen, sometimes your takes go cold. It was a cold take. I take it back. You could be wrong in this business.
That's all I wanted.
It's all good.
That's all I wanted.
It's all good. But did I not say he was going to be the MVP of this team? Okay. Did I not say he was going to be the MVP of this team? And there were people in the chat that roasted me for that in my preseason show. Ashley was there. She not going to give me credit.
He scored 21-9 last year in his bad year. So that was pretty evident. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Look.
How you doing, Ashley?
I'm good. I feel like you're coming for me next.
I know.
Ashley, I just got two things to say to you.
Why'd I get two?
Guys come for receipts.
Because that's the only thing I had against him. I got two with you. Number one, I need you to make a comeback. I can't hear that you retired on a crossover. That won't sit well with me.
Oh, the crossover.
Okay. What's number two? Can't promise you that. What's number two?
All right, number two, I need you to be accountable for Frank Ntilikina.
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
You know what the difference is? I'm going to tell you what the difference is, though. Julius Randle has shown consistency from the jump. So CP was dead wrong.
Deflecting.
Frank's the debate is still out on Frank because he's up and down. He's a roller coaster. But you have my word. If I get consistent play from Frank, okay, I will go on the record and say I was wrong about Frank, and I will apologize to the Frank Hive personally. But I can't get one good game from Frank and 6 bad ones. One good game from Frank, 7 bad ones. It's not gonna work.
If this was around the horn, that'd be a couple points for Ash right there, Walter. I gotta say she got a point. She got a point.
But we have to admit this is the best coaching staff he's had, and the best he's looked offensively and defensively. You could see a complete player coming. Correct?
Are you talking about Julius or Frank now?
I'm talking about, we already know what Julius is.
Oh, you
I'm
talking about Frank? All right, that's where I got to cut the call.
He was a
you got to cut the call. A complete player, Walter.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I appreciate the call. I appreciate the love, man. I even appreciate the Julius slander. I can take it. It's all good. But the Frank complete player stuff, come on, man. I can't. That's where we got to cut the cord there. That he's becoming a complete player now. The man just started playing, literally.
Yeah.
He just started playing, CK.
Right before the All-Star break, yep.
the game we was at was the first game he played. No. I mean, he was probably in there before, but I mean, you didn't even know he was on the team for a while. Real talk.
I'm just glad I survived the wrath of Walter, though. So
Yeah.
we're good. So, yeah, hey, take that. Yeah, that's right, Ashley and CP. Y'all got a lot of counting to do, all right?
I'm still, my verdict, or rather my opinion of Frank is still valid because I have not seen any consistency. CP was dead wrong. Like, he couldn't get more wrong.
Listen,
I could resurrect him from the grave, bring him back, and
I was one of many. I was one of many. Oh, there was the chat will tell you. Everybody
there was
wanted to trade.
3 people on this panel, and you were the only one that was on the send Randall to wherever express. I was on the keep him in New York train. This is going to be his year. We cannot trade him, and you were ready to ship him to God knows where for the highest bidder. Don't sit here and lie.
I said, take the best deal that you can get. I'm not saying just dump him. I'm saying you trade him for value, CK. I'm open for business, bro.
The playmaker,
CK,
the facilitator.
I'm open for business. I'm open for business, man.
The captain of the SS New York Express. He wanted to send him out to wherever. You hear this?
JJ in the chat. Most people wanted Randall gone. Let's just keep it a buck. I never said just dump him. Some like Ari, we got to trade him. That's a different thing. I didn't say that. I said you gotta keep the phone line open. And if you get what you're looking for, you might have to look into it. That's all I said. And that's all I said. So, but
that's how I feel about that.
Like I said, I was able to hedge successfully by going against the chat and saying he was going to be the MVP of the team. I was right about that. Then I went on Kellerman and bigged him up on Kellerman twice, 2 weeks in a row.
After you
so
wanted
my name is
gone.
cleared. My name is cleared, man. I cleared up my grievances with Julius. And I'm not blocked on Twitter. I'm not blocked on Twitter like most of the people Knicks Twitter. So me and Julius is cool. You know what I'm saying, CK? If that was around the horn, that'd be another couple points, bro. Give me a couple points, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, me and Julius Randle are cool. You and Julius Randle are not cool.
Let's call it a mending partnership.
Ari in the chat said, "Wow." No, I'm just keeping it real, Ari, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. But let's hear from Angel, man. Angel, what's going on, bro?
Yo, CP, what's good, bro?
What's good, bro? How you feeling, man? Talk to me, Angel. What's going on?
I'm good. I'm doing good, bro. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? CK, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, man? What's up?
Hey, what's up? And before I get to my points, my mama said hello. She's a little sick right now, but she definitely wanted to show. She definitely wanted to say hi to you guys, and she's also a Cowboys fan, so I know Ashley's gonna like that.
Hey, shout out to Mom, boys. You.
Feel better, mama.
Yeah, it kind of hurt.
Feel better,
that kind
man.
of broke my heart right there, but it's cool. But so as far as the game, obviously, I'm happy we won, but we just made it way harder than what it was supposed to be. We got a habit of being up by double digits and then blowing leads. But, the fact that we were mentally tough to come back and, get a 10-0 run in the fourth and win the game, definitely it was clutch. I would like to see RJ with the ball in his hands more because, he was just doing whatever he wanted. But, I would like to see him, do a little bit more. He's really, doing his thing. And obviously, Barando, with the triple-double, is Mr. Consistent. But, the one thing I am concerned about is the late-game execution. Obviously, we got robbed with Brooklyn. Philly, with the out-of-bounds call on Bullock, I thought it was bogus, but, it happened. We still couldn't score. And then this game, this is why we need a floor general because in the end, you can't have, Bullock, getting the ball and then getting double teamed and then, obviously a turnover. So, that's why we need a point guard. Maybe Rose can fill that, or maybe we can get it through trade or free agency. But we definitely gotta, we gotta do something, bro, because the late game execution gotta be better, and you can't give up a wide open three. Where Burke gave up that wide open three. That's just terrible defense right there. But for the most part, it's on the Philly, bro. And I think we're gonna get that W as well. And I'm feeling good right now. And CP, I got one question, man, because I've been seeing you sip something every game, man. I need to know what you be sipping, bro.
Cheers.
I mean, what is that? Wine, liquor? I mean, what is it, bro?
It's whiskey, bro. But we can't give the name out, man. We don't have a sponsor yet. We can't do that. I just say it's one of my favorite brands, and it's good. And I drink some on the win. Some nights it's the wine, some nights it's the whiskey, bro. So I dibble and dabble here and there, man. After a long day's work.
I need you to let me know what that is, man.
Yeah,
I might have to get one. But hey, listen, man, hit that thumbs up for y'all, man, and I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Love the show. And thanks for taking my call, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, bro. I'm gonna hit you offline, man. Tell your mom, rest up and yeah, man, get well soon for sure. Get
I
well
love
soon.
Angel.
Yeah, Angel always shows love, man. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely, but the reason we can't put teams away is because we're an average team. That's just what happens. We're back over 500, right? 21-20, and you are what your record says you are. But these teams, they're evenly matched. They're well coached. The coaches know each other's philosophy. Right. They know each other's style, and that's why these games are always close. So, but see, I mean, CK, I did think down the stretch. He was saying that we got to figure out how to close. I mean, Randall had a couple clutch buckets down the stretch. You had Burks that got you almost finished the N one. Got the foul and whatnot. Bullock had some buckets. So I thought even without the point guard, I thought we did get our buckets when we needed to down the stretch.
We're just gassed, man. I hate to make excuses, and I'm not a fan of excuses, but we're gassed. We're missing key players in key positions.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just we saw that in Brooklyn. We saw that in Philly. We almost saw it tonight, but we were luckily tonight we continued to make our shots. And I agree with you, but at the same time, for the most part, especially in these last few games, we're just seeing the lack of our depth because of our injuries. I don't think we don't have depth. I think we have the depth. We wouldn't be surviving in games against the top two teams in the East if we didn't have any depth with the amount of injuries that we got going on with, two key guards for this team and our starting center, Mitchell Robinson. So I agree that, we handled ourselves well, but at the same time for Brooklyn and for Philly, we weren't able to seal the deal. Luckily, we did tonight off of a defensive play. Yeah. But I just feel like the injuries are catching up to us, man. I don't mean to make any excuses, but I just feel like it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And they're going to as the games progress and as the season progresses and as you start getting closer to that playoff push, hopefully, as it gets closer around that April, May timeline, we start getting more guys back at full strength and this team starts to really be able to play together consistently. Right. We don't deal with any more injuries that set us back once again, because you start seeing it. Teams only start to look better as you get closer to the playoffs. They start to look tougher. They start to look stronger. They start to look more intertwined and connected and polished. Yeah. So these games are only going to get harder. They're not going to get easier. And you need all the help you can get, especially when you're already depleted in so many different areas. Mm-hmm. You definitely need the help when you can get it. And that only comes with depth. And like I said, we're already struggling somewhat in that department in certain things. So where you do have the depth, you go ahead and you need that at full strength. So hopefully we get that.
Just a quick correction. We're 21-21, so we're at 500.
Yeah.
Currently 500. Sitting at 7.
I thought that's what you said. Yeah, we are 500.
Yeah, I said.
And the chat's coming at you, CP, because they said you gave Angel an unfair advantage on the Love Connection show, and they're just having it. They said you're out here cheating.
Nah, man, we're gonna reset the deck. Trust me, I'm formulating the game plan for the Love Connection show. Like anything on KnicksFanTV, it's got to be the best. If it ain't right, it ain't right, ass. So we're going to take our time.
I'm just saying, the chat's accusing you of cheating and playing favorite. That's all I'm saying.
There will be no frozen envelopes. There will be no foot tricks when it comes to the Love Connection show. Everybody's going to get a chance. Everybody's going to get a chance. You know what I mean? Shout out my guy Steve Verna, actually, with the KnicksFanTV t-shirt designs. I think we got something.
It was fire.
Yeah, I think we got something.
Who designed it?
Steve Verna. Steve Verna.
Steve, you are talented.
Overnight.
Yeah.
That was
was dope.
He did that overnight. The next morning I woke up and that thing was done.
Yeah, that thing was fire, bro. That thing was fire. The Knicks, he told me the Knicks actually honored him for Black History Month. So yeah, big up to Steve Verner, man. He's definitely got a nice portfolio of artwork. They show me he's talented, man. Real talented dude. So big up to Steve, and yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. So right now we're currently sitting in 7th in the East. The Hawks, I believe, won tonight, so they're 21-20, so they leapfrogged us. You got the Hornets sitting there 20-19. You got the Heat sitting in 4th, 22-19. So, you know, we already dropped out. We already dropped down some spots, man. Can't sleep.
Right, Miami jumped like that?
Yeah, Miami's at 22-19,
right now,
so
man.
Miami's ahead of us already by a game and a half. Jeez. Celtics dropped out. They were in 4th at the All-Star break. They dropped down to 8th already. So it's gonna keep shifting. You know, it's gonna keep shifting. But you know, 4 or 5 is ideally where we want to be. And right now we're half game out of 5, and we got a couple more games against the Hornets to go.
Yeah, and they got a couple of LA games coming up. They play Lakers tonight and the Clippers tomorrow. So hopefully they fall on those two. We got Washington a few nights. So hopefully, you know, we'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun all year, man.
That's crazy how far Boston dropped, though. See,
that's crazy.
And Boston, and the crazier thing is Boston has the depth, so that's an even crazier concept that we're ahead of them without without even a fraction of the talent. Because that is, whether or not we like to say it, because it is Boston, they are a talented team and they have a lot of depth. So that is impressive.
And the only key injury they had was Marcus Smart.
Yeah,
had everyone for the majority of the time, and they're still not able to finish games. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
They're having a finishing problem. They're like the Clippers of the East.
Yeah, 100%. Rick Harrison in the chat to KFTV, put me in the Royal Rumble for King Simp. He's trying to get in the mix. Yo, it's gonna be a great show, man. It's gonna be
Shout
a
out
great
Rick
show.
Harrison. I love that guy.
Oh my, he's at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Comedy, bro.
If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. Shout out to Alan Berman, sends a super chat. He says, salute, good win, but we need a point guard. I'm with CK. Bring me all 3 ball brothers and hand LeVar the keys.
Do what we gotta do, man. Gotta do what we gotta do.
LaAngelo and Lonzo.
Do what we gotta do, man.
All 3. That would be a nightmare, man. That would be a nightmare. Oh, man, shout out LaMelo, though. He's starting to ball out. Lonzo's starting to come into his own. You know, LiAngelo's, he's the only one, CK. I don't know.
Throw my Westchester, bro. Like, I ain't worried about it, man. Just make it work.
Westchester, man.
Shoot.
A couple other super chats came in. Salute to everybody that sent them. I had to go in the archives for this. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Everybody throw a PE in the chat. Hashtag PE to salute Chuck D. He said, big win. If we lost, it would have been a big loss and a season smasher. So he said that last 15 minutes was the haunted house of hoops. I see this team building around Julius and RJ. I'm starting to look at the Lonzo talk seriously. I know, CK, you like that.
I'm getting choked too.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at oh man. Yeah, come
like
on,
that,
man. Clean the room, Chuck.
Yeah.
Come on through, bro. Come on through.
Could be an
Oh,
option.
shout out to the Bodega Boy in the building one time from Mero.
Oh, Mero's in here? Salute to the kid Mero in here.
Wow.
Salute to the
That's
kid
what's
Mero.
up.
Yo, Mero, hit me, bro. Been trying to get you on the show, man. We definitely got to get you on the show. So definitely hit me on the DM and let's set it up. You got a lot of PE hashtags going through. So salute to everybody. Let's get back to the phones, man. Scrooge from Brooklyn. How you feeling, bro? Hello? Scrooge going once? All right, Scrooge went to
Mero
sleep,
says
man.
he's on hold.
Oh, Mero's on hold? Where you at, bro? Oh, here he is, checking in. He is the king, the general of Ballbag Nation in the building. Is that you, Mero?
It's popping. You know the fucking vibe.
What's good, bro? How you feeling, bro?
Yo, man, listen, dog. Ugly win, good win. Obi, I don't know what to say, man. My man runs like a penguin, dog. I don't understand. He makes me nervous. CP, Cash, what up? I don't know.
He
Dog.
said
The only
penguin.
person I found out on the team, bro, is Drew Labranius, man. Drew Labranius is the god, man.
That's
Everybody
it,
else
bro.
makes me nervous.
17 dimes, bro. 17 dimes tonight, bro. Julius was in his Magic Johnson bag out here, bro.
17.
17, man.
There's Magic Johnson, who?
Right.
Julius was in his bag, man.
Yeah, nah, man. So listen, dog. I heard the Evan Fournier chatter earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan. I was not really feeling him when he had the man bun. Now he got the Caesar. His hairline is in a recession. But I'll take him, though. I'd take him. Need that wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll take him in the off season. I would take him in the off season as an option for sure. For sure.
You know what I mean? Little $5 million a year, minimum.
Yeah, Fournier did have the man bun rocking. Now I don't know, man. His joint is running from him. You need to holler at LeBron, bro. You need to get that treatment.
Listen, but he lost the man bun. He lost all his powers, man. The chat is going bananas. Yo, the chat is savage. Yo, I gotta be mean to Ash because if you say anything nice to Ash, you a simp in the chat. It's crazy.
That's facts. The facts. The Simps are running crazy in the chat right now, man. It's a battle royale for the Simps in the chat, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I love
fact,
y'all,
bro.
man. I love the show, man. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always checking in with y'all. I'm always checking in. You've been laid up with the Rona. I'm checking in.
Oh, shoot. You got the Rona, bro?
Yeah, bro. It got me.
Oh, man.
Daniel Jones, bro. I fumbled at the 2-yard line. I had the vax lined up for the 20. Fuck this shit like last week, bro. I'm sick.
Damn, bro. Yo, rest up, man. Rest up, man. Yeah, man. Speedy recovery, bro. He said he Daniel Jones.
Word. We out here drinking Pedialyte. Next time ever, you already know.
Yo, rest up, man. Yeah, let's catch up, though, man. Appreciate you calling us, though, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Rest up.
He said he fumbled at the 1 yard line.
Yo, I caught a bad flashback on that one, man. That was a terrible night. Terrible night, man.
Somebody make that graphic, please.
Yeah, shout out to the Giants, man. We need Kenny Galladay. Hopefully we'll hear back tomorrow. Salute to the Kid Mero, man. Speedy recovery. Everybody throw a Bodega Hive in the chat to salute to Kid Mero.
Bodega boys.
Yeah, man. Still called us, man, with the Rona and all, man. Said he had the vaccine lined up, too, man. Just caught it. That's terrible.
Oh, Ari said he got COVID also.
Ari got the Rona? Oh, no, see, Ari was in Miami wilding out.
Oh, that's why
Ari was in Miami wilding out.
Come on.
That's where
Ari,
that came
you were
from.
in the 305.
Ari was in the 305.
Ocean Drive after the pool.
Yeah, he was out there with Pitbull and them.
Willies?
Yeah, Ari knows Pitbull and them. He's connected. He's well connected, man.
Come on, Ari.
I don't even think Pitbull's down here right now.
Yeah, he was with Mr. Worldwide and them, man. Ari's connected. That's what happened. He got the Miami COVID. It's a different type. Yeah, speedy recovery, man. In all honesty, to the people who've had it, people who lost loved ones and whatnot, man, definitely, speedy recovery. It's a crazy time. But yeah, hopefully tours like this is what brings people together and take your mind off some of those things. So speedy recovery, though, definitely. It's a tough time. All right, who else we got in the chat? We got a lot of Bodega Hives going on in the chat. Any team hashtag new? Did I miss? I forgot, man.
No, it got lost in the PE.
It got lost in the PEs, man. It got lost.
Ari says I indeed was on South Beach.
Yeah. Ari's out there on the strip getting it in.
So Ari, you played yourself, basically.
Right.
Just saying, you played yourself.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing.
100%, man. Salute to Rob Bras. He says hashtag new, love the vibes. KnicksFanTV killing it. Salute to you. Who else is in here? Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Team hashtag new, wherever you guys are. Salute to Zachary Grant. Everybody throwing the PEs in the chat. Alexander Luell Lopez, what's going on? Ash, who you want to shout out in the chat?
Shout out to everybody getting on Ari for bringing the Rona back to New York.
Yeah.
They're not having it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Ari's in Miami getting it in.
Shout out to Chuck D, obviously, in the chat. Everyone putting penguin emojis in the chat. Y'all are not right. Okay? Leave Obi alone, please. Hoops info for you says Ash, don't let CP off the hook. We're nowhere without Julius. I won't. I remember like an elephant. I'll never forget.
I already told you that. I already told you that. But go ahead, continue with the
in the words of Cardi B, forever.
Continue with the shout outs. CK, you want to shout some people out, or you want to shout out, man?
Yeah, no, shout out to everybody that coming in here for the first time. As always, shout out to the CK crew. I got to shout out my man Che because he is so livid with the Lonzo Ball news. He's been fighting me for years. So he's upset that everybody's jumping on the train. So he dropped a comment saying that I must be stopped. Che, I will not be stopped. until he probably doesn't sign. But we'll see what happens. But shout out to my man Chase. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Like I said, all the new people. Shout out to Chuck D. Shout out to Miro for calling in and dropping the new meme for poor Obi
100%.
Toppin and calling him the Penguin. Look at all the Penguins in the chat for poor Obi.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Couple tidbits on the trade rumors. Because I did hear from the plug.
Yes.
Let me see what he's saying here.
Birdman hand rub.
Yeah, all right, here's what he said. He says, salute to the plug. Let me pull up my joints here. Let's hit that thumbs up button for you, squad, real quick. How many likes we at right now, Ash?
Not enough. Tell him, Ash.
We're at 851, guys.
Let's we gotta get to 1,000. We gotta get to 1,000 for the giveaway.
In the chat, which means
Yeah.
some of you guys, most of you guys, all of you guys are not doing your job, and I need you to do your job for me. All right?
Yeah.
Put in the work. That's all I'm asking is put in
Facts.
the work and do your job.
And Dave, if you can throw the giveaway in the chat if you haven't already, just throw the giveaway in the chat. Let me know when you do so I could pin it to the top of the chat so everybody could sign up for the snapback. But let's get to 1,000 likes. All right, couple quick tidbits from the plug. He says the Knicks are not looking to trade Mitch. All right, so the Drummond stuff. When people heard the Drummond stuff, they figured that there was a trade imminent with Mitch. He says they're not looking to trade Mitch. He says that they are still looking to add Oladipo, but only for the cheap. That's always been the case.
So off season, or like in trade?
If it's a trade, only on the cheap would they try to get Oladipo. And obviously he's a rental, right? You don't know if he's going to commit long term, but it goes along the lines of the 3-and-D upgrade that they're looking for. All right. He says Rozier, no, they're not going for Rozier. He said, shout out to CK2K. They are looking at Lonzo, but the Pelicans aren't really looking to trade him. Yeah. So most likely is a top free agent target. And that goes along the lines.
That says, I hope he does get traded because he hates New Orleans.
Where's your magic, Papa Ball? Where's your magic?
And LeVar, Berman of the Post has dropped. LeVar wants him out of New Orleans, obviously.
Where's your magic, LeVar?
And but Ian Begley did come on here when he was on the show last week and said that the cost for Lonzo was likely to go up. So it's going to probably be a free agent bid between, if the Knicks do jump in there, it's going to be a free agent war. And if the Pelicans decide to keep him, it'll go into the off season. But the name that he said to keep an eye out along the oh shoot, I knocked my own camera out. The name that he said to keep an eye out on along the lines of 3-and-D is Norman Powell from the Toronto Raptors. Norman Powell, 3-and-D wing, averaging 19 points a game, shooting 44% from three. Just dropped 40 plus points last night on the Pistons. He's got 2 more years on his deal. Now, the thinking is that, with the Raptors having given Siakam the bag, they gave Van Fleet the bag, they just signed Anunoby. Powell, who's making $10 million this year and about 11 next year, could be on the block. So he said keep an eye out on that name, Norman Powell. But it goes along the lines of the Knicks are looking to upgrade at the 3. As I've always said, we need to upgrade at the 1. We need to upgrade at the 3. The plug has said Norman Powell is a name that is on the radar. So keep an eye out on that one.
Any words on yo, Ari's killing me. Any word on what those deals would look like in terms of who we'd have to give up?
No. Didn't hear any parameters. Did not hear any parameters, but that's the name. 44% from 3. Nick Killer, as Chuck D said in the chat. And 2 years left on the deal, a very cheap contract. More tradable than even Lowry, based on salary concerns. So Powell could be an option, man. Powell could be an option. And this is coming from the plug, reliable source. This is, same source I got the Malik Beasley stuff from. And when Ian Begley came on the show later, he said it was Worldwide West that wanted Beasley the most. And the Knicks were trying to get Beasley. The Timberwolves jumped the gun, ended up signing him to the bag. And Beasley took him out of it. But, Powell would be an interesting option at the 3, man. Definitely kills the Knicks every time they play him. So, yeah. But overall, like I said, it's an upgrade at the 3 is where they're looking, whether it's Oladipo, whether it's Powell. or someone of that caliber. We'll see, and we'll see if they make it at the deadline. So that's the scoop from my end. If I hear anything else, I'll definitely let you guys know. And as I said, Oladipo, they are still interested in Oladipo, but only at the right price. They're not going to overpay for a rental, and, rightfully so. So let's see what happens at the deadline. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to Scrooge from Brooklyn. Scrooge, how you feeling, bro?
What's going on, man? Feeling good. Shout out to CP, Ashley, CK. What's going on?
How you doing, bro?
I just want to make some Tibbs did some good substitutions tonight on, putting in Frank, taking him out, putting back in Bullocks. I like how he did it tonight for this game. He's really trying to be bad on it. You know what I'm saying? Randall, with the struggles of shooting, he still is moving that ball around and getting everybody involved and doing great on that mark. Needed him to be that leader. No matter what, scoring, passing the ball, it don't matter what it is. He was there tonight for that. Also, Frank, he needs to be more consistent. We need him to step up and do this because his defense is like so key. If he just give us some 13 points, 12 points, that's all we need. That's all we need from him. No more than that. Don't try to do too much. I'm saying get him excited. You see, when he tried to dunk on, I forgot who he tried to dunk on, but that hyped him up and got him in his head in the game. So that was good. And also, everybody in the chat in the beginning of the show, leave Obi alone, man. Leave him alone, man. You just gotta understand that he's gonna be. This is his red shirt year. Just leave him alone. Just dead it. That conversation. Just know what it is. We've been dealing with Frank for 4 years, so we could do it with Obi. He'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's all it is, man.
Yeah.
And give a thumbs up to everybody.
Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Appreciate you, Scrooge. Appreciate it.
Hit that thumbs up for the squad, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've been looking for consistency from Frank for 4 years. As you said, just a couple buckets. I'll take 12 points, CK, but sometimes even for Frank, even that's a stretch, man. So, we'll see, man. But tonight it was good to see him come out strong in that second half, and it really helped us, man. Defensively, we know he was strong, but that offense was much needed. So good job, good job by Frank on tonight, man. For sure.
Yep. Keep it going, Frank. Keep it going, please.
Absolutely, man. Throw your cities in the chat, too. Let us know where you guys are checking in from. We'll shout you guys out. We're going to take this thing to Ryan from Albany. Ryan, how you feeling?
Hey, CP, I'm feeling good, man. Thanks for taking my call. Ash, CK, how you doing tonight? First, before I get to my point, I just wanted to say I love how the team's playing. We had our 3 games since the All-Star break. I'm actually very pleased with. Of course, we look good on ESPN. We played Philly real close, and then tonight we I actually love the win. We got to remember we're still a young team, and without any of our guards, we basically held on and closed it out down the stretch. So I'm pretty, I'm looking on a positive end of tonight's win, even though it was a little too close for comfort. I think, with the trade deadline talk, I think that we should stand pat. I think that we should, maybe add some pieces, like you guys are saying, to strengthen up the bench. But any of these big names that are out there, I think we should just stay away from that and try to make a playoff push for the cherry on top. CK, the reason for my call today. Now, last time I called, about a month and a half ago, I called about Lonzo. And, I called CP and Ashley out on, they were a little down on Lonzo. And at the time, the chat was kind of killing me and nobody was receiving it, well at all. And now that things have kind of shifted with everybody, I think everybody's kind of on board with Lonzo. I wanted to make a bold statement by saying that I think Lonzo should be our number one priority come the free agency and all season. And the reason being is because even if we have a shot to draft like a Cade Cunningham or any point guard, I think with Coach Tibbs, with Coach Tibbs ready to win now and also try to develop, I think that it's more important we bring in a veteran like Lonzo, who is basically he's not even in his prime yet. He's only 23. He's getting ready to enter prime. We can get him for that phase of his career, and I think he's going to be He's already been playing 30 something minutes. He's been playing full NBA games. He'll have the offense, and everybody we bring in moving forward, he'll have everybody getting the ball in their spots and have the offense running smoothly. So, I guess I just wanted to know what you guys had to say about that with Lonzo, basically being our number one target come the offseason.
Appreciate the call, right? CK, bless, Ash, bless. CK, go ahead, bro.
I kind of co-sign. I still feel I don't want to start this up because I don't want to think about offseason yet because we're having, the season we're having. But I don't want to entirely say he's my number one option because I still feel like with the way that this team has been playing this year, we might have a shot with some other players because we got to mention, I don't want to start this whole thing up and, turn into rumors or whatever. But, there's been no general consensus on Kawhi, so who knows what happens there. So you never know. We might have a shot with stuff like that. But he's definitely the one at the top of the list for me. Surprise to nobody, right? For sure. I think he's definitely somebody that we should be looking at for everything that you just mentioned. He's 23. He's 23 years old, and we have people, and he's not the only one. They're calling him a veteran already, but look at Julius Randle, who's finally, his first year as an all-star, who's just 26, 27 years old. And I'm not trying to say Lonzo Ball could be. I believe he might be 1 year, but, like you said, get him at the beginning of his time and let him grow with this coaching staff, grow with what we got going on right now. And I feel like, if we don't get one of the solidified point guards in this draft, which I'm with CP, I think we talked about it a few shows ago. I think we should be focusing on wings anyway in this draft because there's wings from first pick to 60th pick in this damn draft. And I feel like we can get a few of them out of this draft. So I agree. I do definitely think that he's somebody that we should be looking at the top of the list, but I want to see how things shake up in Los Angeles and La La Land with Mr. Kawhi first. That's just my 2 cents on that, though. I just want to see.
I'm with you. I'd like to take this into the off season. Like I've always said, I don't want to trade for anybody and then have to pay them afterwards. That's a lot, especially for a guy like Lonzo, who I think, he can help. But I don't like to pay twice for a player of his caliber. But
I agree. I completely, and hearing what you said from your source too, like I think that's probably the right play. I don't think anybody's going to trade for him right now. I think he's going to, unfortunately, in his case, if what LeVar is saying is true, he's going to survive the trade deadline and he's going to play for them. And I think that we're in a better situation than a lot of people really consider. I understand the talk is you're going to have to pay someone for Lonzo. You got to think about it from the Pelicans' perspective. Do they even want to pay him that much money in the first place? Because they're going to have to pay Zion in a few years. They just paid up on Brandon Ingram, and they're a small market. They don't got money like that. So I don't know if they're going to drop that much of a bag on Lonzo Ball in general at all. I know there's probably going to be other teams like the Bulls and all the other teams that have been talked about in these trade deadlines for him. They're probably going to be just like us going after him in the offseason. But I don't think he's going to be as expensive as people are believing he will be because we're dealing with the Pelicans who don't have that much money to begin with. So I just think the best play, like you mentioned, is to just hold out, keep what we got, and like you said, don't pay twice, and go after him in the offseason.
Yeah.
I think definitely that's the key is everybody has a price. Just one, what is that price? And two, are you willing to pay it? And I think that that's what the Knicks really have to just analyze with all the different talks and all the different rumors and all the different players that will be floating out there is who are you willing to pay the big price for and who are you not willing to pay the big price for? Lonzo's one of those people that I agree. I'm not willing to trade the house for him. I'm not willing to give up a lot for him. I think that there's a lot of other ways to get to the same destination. I think that we're in a situation where you have picks. Obviously, you have the lottery coming up. I'm not saying tank, things like that. But I am saying that is always another option to get players. This draft is going to be super deep. It is going to be loaded. It's going to be stacked. So there's a lot of different options to still fill the positions that you need filled. Lonzo will be there, especially if teams aren't in a rush to trade for him, which I agree with everybody on here. I think he's going to pass this trade deadline. I think he's going to be stuck with the Pelicans at least for this season. He'll still be there. I'm 99.9% sure he'll still be there. So it's not something you have to pull the trigger on right away, especially if there are going to be players that may possibly be available who are bigger and better than him out there, like Kawhi, like other people out there. You go ahead and you weigh those options before you pull the trigger on the first big name or the first shiny name that you see. There's a lot of toys in the toy store. You don't go for the first one on the shelf. So you just gotta play it smart, you know.
I would say for me, there's a lot to like about Lonzo. Obviously, from a Thibodeau standpoint, his defense, high IQ, great basketball acumen, speed. You know what I mean? He has that. Is he that, attack first, put pressure on the defense, dribble penetration guard? Not necessarily, but the three-point shot is improving. As I just pulled it up, I think he's at about 38% from three right now. Free throws are improving as well. I think he's up to about 74, 75%, so that's encouraging. You want to see the attempts get up there a little bit. As CK said, he's 23 years old. So there's a lot of things that you like as a young upstart that could come into this team of young upstarts, but still he's a young upstart, but still a veteran in terms of, attacking the game. So that would be a benefit to this team. And to Ryan's point, I also felt like this is that even if they found the guard in the draft, the way that Tibbs is coaching, if you're not ready from day one, you're not going to play. So that's the thing. It's like you need players that are ready to go hit the ground running. And if they don't find that point guard where they at, or if they go with the wing, then Lonzo could be that option for you because he can step in, obviously, and be ready to go from day one. So I think he would fit in perfectly with RJ in the backcourt. And like I said, he's going to give you that defense. You have him and RJ attacking on the defensive end on that perimeter. Your perimeter defense is solid. And if he's going to continue to stretch the floor for you, that's an added plus. So I would say let's wait, take it into the offseason, and, see if you kind of outbid the Pels or something. Or, LeVar throw a cherry bomb in the mix and do something to get him up out of there.
To be fair, though, also, you spoke about anybody that you draft, they have to be ready to go from day one. Mm-hmm. I think unlike the Obi situation, whoever you do go ahead and acquire in the draft is going to have a totally different experience that hopefully when the season starts, they will be ready to go. And I think that, we always speak about this. That's what's hindered Obi's development is that he didn't have that experience. The next draft class coming in is not going to have to deal with that. Yeah. The whole pandemic situation is rectified by then. So you're going to be able to do summer league. Yeah. You're going to go ahead and have a full-on training camp. You're going to have practices, scrimmages, in, their fullest capacity. Obi didn't have that. So I believe you're going to see a different Obi Toppin next season. I believe that whoever we draft is going to be ready to go come opening tip-off, if you will. First day of the season, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I think that's not going to be a situation going into next season. So that's the only thing that I think is going to be different. And maybe we'll see a different Tibbs interaction with his rookie this time around that we're seeing him with Obi because
you get to put in a little more work, with summer league and training camp. So yeah, that's a good point as well. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Let me salute some of our worldwide people. We got NSB Turan checking in from Ulm, Germany. That's Killian Hayes' hood. We got Sharkarama checking in from Chi-Town. What's going on? How you feeling? We have Straight Shine checking in from Amityville, Suffolk County, 631. What's going on?
Ooh, Amityville. Scary.
What, Amityville horrors and whatnot, right? Picks for Timmy, too, in Charlotte. What's going on? We got Junior Caroma checking in from Jersey. Junior, we got to get Kenny Galladay locked in, man. Pops Buddha Baker says London, Kentucky. Is that London, Kentucky? Interesting. Low Ferrigno, BK all day. What's going on? We have Poppy Zeph checking in from France. All right. So if they are in France, it's kind of late or early over there.
I know he was happy about Frank's game today.
Yeah, he's definitely Frank Hive, he or she. We have Brian Rodriguez, LES, salute. Lana checking in from Croatia. Okay. Brandon Wood checking in from Delaware, no doubt. We got Class Initials checking in from Las Vegas. Building Roots, Harlem World. What's going on? Mr. Porter Rock 2K 305 MIA. We got Big Johnny checking in upstate Troy, New York. So salute to everybody, man. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad for sure. All right, a couple more calls, and then we're going to get to our giveaway. Make sure you guys are signing up for the snap because when we're ready to pull the trigger, we're going to pull it, man. So make sure you're ready. Let's go. Speaking of international, let's go to Israel. We're going to go to Ike. Ooh. Ike, how you feeling?
Hey. I'm good. Thank God. Morning. CPSK.
Yeah, man. What time is it over there, man? What time is it over there?
But 5:45.
Okay. All right.
Sky's just getting light.
Nice, man. Nice. You getting ready for work, or you just up late watching the Knicks, man?
I get up at 2 a.m. to watch the game. Then I start my day.
Wow.
That guy's dedicated, man. Hit that thumbs up for Ike in the chat. He's a
Very,
dedicated Knicks fan. He gets up at 2 a.m. just to watch a 21 and 21 team. Dedicated Knicks fan, man. Salute.
Yeah, so I just wanted to, comment and clarify that what this caller said before about Frank being a complete player, and then I want to leave you guys off with a question. So like Frank, he's, what he drafted, what he's become is like a 3-and-D player, and for what he is, let's put aside the fact that he missed 14, straight shots, because R.J. Barrett at the beginning of the year missed 21 straight, I was forgive it. Frank is shooting 48% from three. He's a killer on the corner three. If this is what Frank is, okay, a 3-and-D player who could hit the 3-point shot. We always knew he was going to be a good 3-point shooter because he only had a high free throw percentage. So we always knew he was going to come around. So if this is what Frank is, he's a 3-and-D player. He can hit the outside shot and plays that sick defense. Here's the question. Do you guys give him the qualifying offer? It's about $8 million at the end of the year. Do you consider, what do you guys say about that? If this is what Frank is right now, take with his pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
But I think this is what the guy said as a complete player. This is what he is, a 3-and-D guy, plug and play.
Yeah.
Numerous position.
I can appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate your dedication, man. 2:00 in the morning, you watching the Knicks, man. That's great. The thing is that without the consistency, I don't know if I do. What you said, his profile, of course I would give it to him. Of course I would give him that deal. And because right now he's at around $8 million. But the thing is that you just don't know what you're going to get from him. Are you going to get the guy that is airballing 3 shots in a row on his way to 0 points 3 nights in a row? Or are you going to get the guy that you're going to get tonight? If you can give me the guy that you're going to get tonight on a consistent basis, easily I would give him that because that's a cheap deal. I would easily give him that. But if you just don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what time of day it is with Frank on the offensive side. His effort on the defensive side is going to be there. But in this game and where this offense is suffering, sometimes you just can't afford it to play 5-on-4 out there. What do you guys think? That's just my pick. I don't know if they're going to keep him.
Yeah, the complete player conversation is just weird to me. And I'm a fan of Frank Ntilikina. I just don't see him as a complete player yet. We keep talking about it, but like for 4 years, I've been thinking he eventually, like it's going to come because he'll show us those signs that the shot is nice and then he'll disappear. And I don't know if I can give him a complete player yet. He is definitely a defender, but he has not shown us consistently that he can hit that shot. When we see confident Frank, it's there. But how often does confident Frank appear? Confident Frank like the Hulk. It's like something has to piss Bruce Banner off for the Hulk to come out. So it's like I would like that every single game, and then we can have that conversation. But God, his qualifying offer is going to be a little bit pricey, and it's tough. It's tough because I don't want him to just walk. Because I think there's value there because the defense is just so unmatched, But
he's savvy,
I don't know.
He's
I don't
smart.
know.
He's all over the court. He can play different positions. Like you love that about him. You love it.
I think it's a double-edged sword with Frank because I think in his defense, in order to show that you can be consistent, you have to have consistent minutes. You have to have consistent
facts,
which Frank has not had that luxury. He has not had that option. So that is working against him. That is not his fault. Obviously, there have been different things that have come into motion with that, or come into play with that, rather. He was injured, and then Tibbs couldn't find a spot for him in the rotation. Then he was favoring Peyton, and now Peyton's out, and Rose is out. So now Tibbs is forced to play Frank more because that's his only option now. So in Frank's defense, like I said, he hasn't had the consistency. But on the other side of that, even in the times that we have seen him play, like the stretch that he's been in now, it's been very inconsistent. So it's one of those situations.
And there's nothing stopping him. There's nothing stopping him.
You can obviously utilize him. We see what it looks like with him on the court. We see what he can bring to this team. It's just that, is it consistent enough, or will it be consistent enough that it's worth paying for? Right now, you're paying for it regardless. So it's really not making or breaking you. But there's going to come a time where you have to make the decision if that's a gamble you want to make for the future. And that's something that's going to have to be looked into. And I don't know, what Frank plans, what his plan is for, his own development, his own contribution to this team. Maybe he's just playing bad so he doesn't, or he's playing mediocre so he doesn't get traded.
No.
Because sometimes when you look really, really good, your stock goes like through the roof. He wants to stay in New York, so he's like, okay, if I show him inconsistent, maybe I'll just fly under the radar. I'm not sure. Maybe he has a master plan to this whole thing, and Frank's laughing at all of us every single show because he's like, "You idiot! I'm doing this."
I can't.
Like, I don't know.
I can't give y'all the minutes thing. There's no one stopping him right now. Tibbs is going with a 9-man rotation.
Now,
Frank is in. You have to deliver.
But what about before when he was still sitting on the bench?
Guess what? They have practice. The coach, a defensive-minded coach, is watching this kid in practice, and you know what he's saying? I cannot play him over the rest of these guys. Tibbs is not stupid. It's now or never, man. There's no more excuses. There's no more minutes. He needs minutes. Tibbs is watching him. And he's seeing the same thing, an inconsistent player. You had Fizdale before that, another defensive-minded coach. And Fizz was terrible, don't get me wrong. The kid has got to deliver. This is a next man up league. There's very seldom, very few guys in this league can get away with being a zero on the offensive side of the ball and having the defensive prowess. There's no shutdown players, right? Frank is he's a smart defender. He's a good defender. He's a high IQ defender. I love his tenacity on that side. But this is a next man up league. He's replaceable. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm a member of the Frank Hive, but I'm just being realistic. He has to show consistency with his minutes. Right now, there's no one behind him. There's no one stopping him. He has to deliver.
Yes.
You got to deliver.
And right now, but I'm saying right now it's been consistent. But if you look at the beginning of the season, up until not that long ago, there was no consistency. He wasn't even seeing the court. So that has no bearing on him. He had no control over that. But what I'm saying now is that Frank, yes, now he's in the position where he can show that he is consistent. But also, I think it's just the way that this team, and goes back to what I said the other day, last show, is that I think right now, the situation is everyone's under a microscope right now on this team because there's so many holes in what we need. Offensively, there's so many voids in what we need as a team. I think if this team was a little bit more stacked in the areas that we needed offensively, we had more shooters, I think we would not be as hard on Frank as we have been. And when I say we, I'm including myself in that because I've been hard on him too. I was ready to ship him months ago back to France. But Frank was always a project. That was always the deal when you got him. It wasn't like he was supposed to be ready overnight. That was always a project. Yes, injuries probably prolonged that project, but he was still a project nonetheless. All I'm saying is if we're going to have this energy for Frank, then we need to have the same energy for Peyton. We need to have the same energy for a lot of the guys on this team because they're not producing the way we need them to either, but Peyton still gets the playing time. Right now he's not, but he was always on the court, whether he was playing well or not. So I think if we're going to go ahead and if Tibbs is going to extend that courtesy to Peyton to have all these chances to screw up, then Frank just got acclimated back into this system, back into this team. And I think, yes, it's been very up and down, but you can't 100% blame him for that because his experience in this team has been very up and down.
He's got to deliver, man. He's got to deliver. Look, go ahead, CK. No, go ahead. Get your point. You need to talk. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, because I was just going to say, because I'm with you on that, Ash, but at the same time, CP did bring up a very good point because we literally saw Emmanuel quickly in the same position as Frank Ntilikina in the preseason. Like, we had all of our guards gone. Emmanuel quickly jumped in that starting lineup, and he took over the show. He was given the opportunity. He stole it, and then now he's getting minutes as a rookie with this rotation, with this system throughout the entire season, and he's continuing to take advantage of the minutes that he gets. He's having some moments, sure. So Frank Ntilikina, and I agree. Like, I agree that if you put Frank next to an offensive player off the bench, or I think that's when we get the best result. We saw that right before the All-Star break. But in the same breath, like when he's having these opportunities to start against the Magic, the Spurs, all these teams where there's nobody else behind him, we literally have no other point guards where he should have that and Mayo quick. I'm not saying go out there and score all these points, no, but at least be making these shots with a little bit more consistency. He's not taking advantage of that. So it's just that, like you said, it's that double-edged sword, and he's on year 4. Quick's on year 1. So it's a rough situation for him.
Yeah.
But think about it this way also. Yes, technically, and listen, I'm not part of the Frank Hive. This is not me. This is not me defending him. This is me just calling it what it is. Yes, this is year 4 for Frank. But if you look at it it's been a very inconsistent 4 years, plagued by injuries, plagued by other things. And now you're acclimating him into a rotation, into a team that obviously, is struggling with depth because we have so many players out. Mitch is out, D Rose is out, Peyton's out. And you're asking him to consistently produce day in and day out when he hasn't had the consistency or the ability to do it like other guys on this team. Now, had he been able to start or not, had he been playing from day one in some capacity, whether it was 8 minutes here, 12 minutes here, 15 minutes here, and he was still not consistent in his shot and other things that we need him to be, then I would say, you know what, Frank just does not have it. But he's only gotten to really consistently play in this team for the past 2 weeks, and that's because Tibbs' first two options have been MIA. They've been out. So I'm not saying that anybody's wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't need to be more consistent. I'm just saying that it's not going to happen within 10 games worth. It's going to take a couple of, he just hasn't had the experience. He hasn't had the time. And it's almost the same concept, except it's a little bit different because Frank was always going to be a project. With that, I'm saying with Obi, is that we can't expect Obi to be ready to do things, and he's not getting the, and he wasn't, the option from the beginning. It's just, it's not, it doesn't
year
happen
4 though, Ash. It's year 4, and we're gonna get to the snapback giveaway in a second. But I'm gonna close with this. The reason why he hasn't got that opportunity is because everyone ahead of him has shown the ability to put the ball in the basket. That
and he's been hurt though, CP.
But that's not anybody else's problem. That's not anybody else's problem. The thing
I'm not saying it is. I'm calling a spade a spade.
No, I understand that. I understand that. But that's just part of the game. But what I'm saying is, you have a defensive-minded coach in Tibbs that wants to start on the defensive end of the court. Of course, he's going to want to give Frank a look. But the problem is, he's been such a zero on the offensive end that other guys like Peyton are ahead. I mean, Peyton at the point is ahead of him. He even gave DSJ a shot ahead of him. Remember, I came out when the season started. I said, these are the two guys that are getting the looks at point guard. And it ain't Frank. It's Peyton and it's DSJ. So Tibbs didn't see him as a point guard. Now, if he's going to see him as a wing, there's other guys that are going to get priority. The guys that can put the ball in the hole. It's Bullock, it's Burke, and even to a lesser extent, it's Austin Rivers that got the opportunity. Because those guys can put the ball in the basket. That was the problem with Frank.
I think we forget, though, and this will be the last point that I make on this. I think we forget just because of how long he's been part of this system. Yes, it's been 4 years, but Frank is only 22. At 22 years old, he can play better if he has the stability to do so. And that's the key thing. He hasn't had the stability. The stability is the foundation. Yeah. And because there is no foundation to his playing, his play is very inconsistent. And yes, again, the injuries are nobody's fault. It happens. It sucks. When you're a player who's constantly injured, it affects your playing time. It affects your career as an entirety in the league. And that's unfortunate. But at 22 years old, to just, say it's do or die because he's been in the system for 4 years when really he hasn't been in the system for 4 years is a little bit unfair when you have not given that man the stability of consistency. And people want to say, well, how come IQ gets the minutes? IQ comes from a program
because he can impact winning. He's getting the minutes because he can score.
Kentucky, but also Kentucky, those guys are bred different. They're ready to go. Outside of, there's
But Ash, what I'm saying is this coach is not, he's not waiting.
People shall not be named. But
your coach is not waiting. You got to be ready. To go. Right, but you have to be ready. That's what I'm saying. This is your coach.
But they have they have the foundation when they get there. But look at even someone like Julius Randle. Julius Randle was not nearly the player he is now when he was 22. But you give him the foundation of stability and consistency, and look what you get. It's just, I'm saying there's a lot of key moving parts to this Frank situation. It's not as cut and dry as, okay, we're finally giving you the playing time you want. Get on the court and make me some points and score me some baskets. It doesn't work like that.
I'm just saying, and we'll just close it on there. I'm just saying this coach is not waiting on these kids, man.
That's true.
This is not going to be, we're going to play all the kids. This is not a development workshop. This guy's trying to win. He's trying to win for his resume, and he's trying to extend his stay here in New York. And to do that, you got to play the players that are ready to go. This is why IQ's in, because he can impact the team. He's helping the team. But if you can't do that on the offensive side, you're going to sit, especially when Bullock has proved that he can be an adequate defender. RJ has proved that he's a plus defender. So you have to have, it's a balance. That's all I'm saying. I want the best for Frank. I want to see him succeed. I want to see this draft pick come through, so that people don't have to keep saying we should have picked Mitchell. We should have picked Mitchell, even though we should have picked Mitchell. I want to see Frank succeed, but you know, I don't know. back to Ike's point, do they keep him on term? I just don't know, man. But let's close it. Let's close it because we running out of time. I want to get the hack giveaway. Jay Boogie from North Carolina. Jay Boogie, close us out, man. It's good to hear from you, bro. How you doing, bro?
Jay Boog.
Yes, sir.
What's good with everybody? Hope everybody's staying healthy and safe. You know what I'm saying? That's my lingo. I got to get through that protocol first. You know what I'm saying? About 3 weeks ago, man, I asked everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying, to salute to my man Tim. You know what I'm saying? All
Facts.
3 of his pupils, they passed away.
Yeah,
you know
salute
what I'm saying?
to Tim, man.
And
Salute
then
to Tim.
After that situation, you know what I'm saying, his sister didn't make it to see her son, you know what I'm saying? So he's dealing with that situation now. That's all because of that one name and that one number. His name is COVID and his name is 19, you know what I'm saying? Please, I beg everybody to be healthy and safe. Take care of what you got to do. Love your loved ones and appreciate life today, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to my man CP, you know what I'm saying, the young Fred Williams for doing what he's been doing, smacking that dude all upside his head. Yeah, I'm talking about that slitherer. Max, his face still sliding on the ground. That's what a snake do. And shout out to my man CK2K, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, what you be doing too, you know what I'm saying, on a day-like routine, you know what I'm saying? That's my man, the young Jim Kelly, you know what I'm saying? And back to my homegirl Ashley, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to switch it up. You don't throw away the Fawcett look, but I see you got that Sade look, you know what I'm saying? You're looking like that right there. So we going to go ahead and cherish the day. Appreciate the game tonight, you know what I'm saying? It's a big win for us. We love when we come back home. Chuck D said this the Terror Dome. So when you come up in here, you're getting beat up. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You ain't coming in here winning no games no more. That's 4 straight games. You know what I'm saying? We don't want in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? If we win every game on our schedule, we stay. You know what I'm saying? 500 all the way year round. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good look when you're protecting your home plate. You know what I'm saying? And gotta give it to my man Julius, the cornrow messiah. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He put up another 3D. You know what I'm saying? He put up 10 points. You know what I'm saying? He put up what? 18. He put up 10 rebounds, 18 points. Yeah. And he dropped
17 times, bro.
17. That's Pookie. Yo, let me see them numbers. You know what Pookie said on that 17, so that's what it is. My man gave me a look and said, yo, during the pregame warm-up, he was out there, won't even shooting. He was passing the ball around to everybody, letting them know, yo, y'all got to be ready to score tonight. Y'all got to be ready to shoot because we down with them point guards, you know what I'm saying? So he said, I got that. I can handle it, you know what I'm saying, the assistant and dishing out to everybody. Y'all be ready to do your thing. And you got to appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the utility, man. Y'all don't know who that is? That's who I call Alex Burks. He's a utility man. 100%. He do any and everything it is on the court. He can play the 3. He can play the 2. He can play the 1. He can play the shooting. He can play the point. He do it all, you know what I'm saying? And those are the type versatile players you like to have. And one thing I heard somebody talking about Fourier can't run no points, so don't even compare him to Burks, you know what I'm saying? Fourier don't show up every night. But Burks, no, he don't show up every night, but he show up at big-time situations, and we needed that tonight. It was a big-time situation. And shout out to my man Bully, the young stinger, Mike Glenn. He's stinging and tearing that rim up, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen Bullet shooting like that in a minute, you know what I'm saying? And we needed that. Tom don't switch up the rotation, you know what I'm saying? Brought him in off the bench, you know what I'm saying? That's a good move, you know what I'm saying? So salute when Tom make a move, because if he did that move and it didn't work, everybody be running up on Tom talking about you still have kept Bullock in the starting lineup. So give him some props about what he did with that move, but how that man come off the bench, you know what I'm saying? And Frank, CK, you said he was looking in the window. Yeah, I talked to Frank too when he tried to dunk on that man with 2 hands. I said, yo, Frank, what you doing? You changing music up? He said, yeah, I'm listening to some GU. I said, what you listening to? He said, J Boogie, for real, I know they don't love me. They scream I cue when he's around. I know they don't love me. My minutes got short when D Rose came around, and that was his time tonight to go ahead and do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have them up and down games. You know what I'm saying? But when he play good, give him his props. I ain't trying to find no way to pull nobody down, especially on a winning situation. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go trade for nobody that's got 1 year left on their contract. I don't care if it's Alonzo. I don't care if it's Fourier. I don't care if it's none of them guys. I'm trying to get to the end of the season so I can see what we're going to do, because this is the year right here to build rebuild our team completely in free agency and the draft. A lot of people, they upset that, yeah, we ain't in the running for that boy Grant Hill, the young Grant Hill, Caden. We ain't in the running for that young Brogdon. That sucks. We're not in the running for that. Be appreciated of that. That means, you know what I'm saying, we getting better as a team. We getting high up in the ranks. We getting worse of picks. That means the team getting better. So, you know what I'm saying, appreciate that right there. But it's a lot of ball players in this draft. Just like Ashley said, a whole bunch of them. This draft goes deep. It's a 6'9" point guard over there at Florida State. His name is Barnes. Y'all start paying attention to this NCAA tournament because there's a lot of guys out here that we can use on this team, you know what I'm saying? But we got to get to the end of the season. Don't trade for nobody, you know what I'm saying? They got 1 year left on that contract. You know what I'm saying? We got to continue on using our draft picks and use that free agency. Like CK said, yeah, you're right. That call is out there this year. And the best thing about it, our foundation is laid all the way from the top, from Rose all the way down to Pistons. The foundation is laid. What that means, I ain't calling you to ask you, do you want to come? This time around, you coming in to get a meeting. That's a sit down. You know what I'm saying? That's because the foundation is laid. So we're going to get some sit downs this year. And Carl don't know what he might do, but he's going to come over here and give us an interview. And I appreciate it. I want to be prepared for that. You just got to tell me no in the office. But I don't got him coming up in our building and just walking away. Before you come in our building and just walk away, he won't even show. So I'm going to give y'all a little input. If he walk into that building, he ain't coming out without that contract. So be prepared. This our year right here to go ahead and put together the whole team, you know what I'm saying, and do what we got to do for years and years and years to come. Ain't no more lottery picks after this year. Ain't none of that no more. I look for us to all have high picks, 20s and 21s and 23s and 24. That means we're making a lot of noise inside, you know what I'm saying, this league now, being where we're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying. I'm matching up to the franchise. The name is number one, but we got to get the roster up there too. And so right now, that's what's going on right now throughout, you know what I'm saying, this game right here. And I'm looking to knock Philly head off come Sunday.
Yeah,
you know
we need payback. It's a payback.
I'll be around the building that day right there. We match up with them real good. Just like Orlando always give us problems, we always give Philly problems too. But I got this as a revenge game, so we're going to handle our business, you know what I'm saying, Sunday. Until then, everybody stay healthy and safe. Do what you got to do. Love your loved ones. Get yourself back to the crib every day. The most important thing it is about life when you leave is being able to put your key in your door and go inside your crib and be like, yo, I made it. Because there's a lot of people right now locked up. They can't even come home. They ain't came out the cages or nothing. Just last year before the COVID came, they doing 23 and 1. You know what that is? That's 23 hours in a day
1 hour
inside
free
a
time.
cell, and only 1 hour to come out to either take a shower, either make a phone call, or make something hot to eat because you ain't had nothing hot all just the whole time you've been locked up. So be appreciative for what you got and make it back home every day. You ain't got a reason to go out. Don't go outside just to go outside because that thing is out there, you know what I'm saying? And be prepared, you know what I'm saying, for the 31st. King Kong knocking out Godzilla. Peace, y'all. Have a great night.
Hey, I am. I'm hot.
And then the church gathered in their hands.
My man came back with a vengeance on him. Let's go. We haven't heard from Jay Boogie in a few games in a few days.
Jay Boogie from the hoodie.
My man came back with a banger, with a classic. They said it wasn't a 5, it was a 10. Yeah, Jay Renee in the chat. We're gonna post that call as its own joint. We're gonna make a Jay Boogie series from now on. We have to, man. We have to. Classic. I have nothing to say, man. I never have anything to say after Jay Boogie call.
That's why we call him the closer.
That's why we call him the closer, Ash.
Stream should just end, man.
That's it. That's it, man. Classic Jay Boogie call. Can't step on that, man. Cannot step on that. Appreciate you, Jay Boogie, man. Definitely always appreciate it. Always appreciate him. You know, you put your health first. You know what I'm saying? Establish the protocol. And then he just goes off. Then the machine gun is going off, CK. That's just Jay Boogie, bro.
All cylinders.
Yes, sir. That's it, bro. Let me get my music here right and tight. And somebody's going to go home with a snapback, man. We got to celebrate, man. He's right. We got to celebrate. All right, so who wants to snap? We gave you time. We gave you time, man. So this is it. We're going to lock the list off, and here we go. The winner of the KFTV snap is Joshua Muller. Josh Muller, man. Great job. Congratulations. We'll get in contact with you. And you just won a KnicksFanTV snap. Congratulations. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad once again. And let's get out of here, man. CK, go ahead and sign out, bro.
I'm gonna keep it short. Good win. Heartbreak, almost a heartbreak, but we didn't. We got another win. We needed this one back at 500. Sunday against the Sixers. I'm with J Bug. We gonna
revenge, bro.
This time. I'm with J Bug on this. We gonna finish the deal this time. You know what it is. Follow me everywhere. CK2K, new video tomorrow. I will see you guys then. Have a good win tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get to Ms. Morse.
Listen, I'm gonna piggyback off that. Like Drake, we're looking for revenge against Philly. But until then, you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @AshNicoleMoss. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, All In with Ashley Nicole, and thumbs up for my most recent video, comment, view, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Great job as usual. And let me swing it over to me. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Nice bounce back win. Yes, it was a magic, but hey, a W's a W. We'll take it. Knicks end up taking it, man. Great job as usual. Julius Randle, a third triple-double. First time since Michael Ray Richardson, since 1981. Playmaker Randle. Yes, I've come around. Yes, I was wrong on the trade. I admit it. It's all right. It's all right. We throw my takes in the freezer, man. It's all good. Still got a lot of good ones. So great job by Julius, triple-double. And let's get this bounce back win. Knicks standing at 500, 7th in the East. The dogfight continues, but these are the games that you have to win. Remember, the show's available in audio podcast format: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, Spotify, all the major ones on the KnicksFanTV. For those of you that listen under Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. It would go a long way. Definitely would appreciate you guys leaving us a review. And just another way to continue to promote us, to continue to support us. As usual, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Share these videos. And we definitely appreciate that. Let me salute some of the super chats before we get up out of here. A couple have come through. J Boogie killing him. As usual, man. Chris Child feels bad for punching Kobe is this guy's YouTube name. He says Kellerman and Rappaport enjoy California bagels.
Ew.
That's not a big.
They enjoy California bagels. That was a classic comment, man. Classic comment. Great comment. Let's see the other comment that came in. Billy Bellin says, chase a mouse until backed up into a corner, and then a mouse will have no other choice but to fight back. Neil Aquina had no choice but to fight back. #9God is becoming my favorite player. All right. You got to pay the royalties to Ash for that one. 9God, okay. Chuck D, I read that one already. Salute to Chuck already. Junior Caroma says, Frank Hive, we lit up in here tonight. #French Prince. Mr. Rivera 4396 says, Julius Jokic, LeBron, Randall. All right, so he gave him 1,000 nicknames on that one. Nah, but Julius was in his bag, man. Proud to see him trusting his teammates, and they delivered. Steve Verner says, Bullock almost gave that away, but saved himself. And the Frank Hive is going crazy. Money Mark 71S, great, much needed win. Randall officially got his Knicks stripes. #Payback Philly on Sunday. #KFTV. Viv, appreciate you. Rich Novak, big win. Reggie gave me late game flashbacks to the Atlanta game early in the season when he almost fumbled the bag for us. Fourth quarter Reggie, man. You got to tune up your pacemaker for that one, man. He's going to take you on a ride. Great steal to get the W. Matthew Malone says, let's go Knicks. Also, I love KnicksFanTV. Listen and watch after every game. Thanks, team. Mark Bosajor says, gritty win for the Knicks today. Both teams were shorthanded. Also, Knicks matched last season's win total with 21 wins. Yeah, we did. We were 21-65, or 21-42, I think, or 43 or something after 60-something wins, 60-something games. So, yeah, we matched last season win total, man. Great job. The facts that Duhan was getting burned over Starberry's a travesty. D'Antoni's Petty Griffin. I bleed orange and blue. That's from Iconic TV.
90 seconds.
Junior Caroma says, the facts that Duhan was getting. Oh, I got that one. Julian Chrome says, man, what a night. Damn, that win felt good. Just going to need a breaking news notification that the Giants signed Kenny Galladay, and I'm good. Cassius Clay says, all this OB hate, man. Randall was borderline unplayable with the spin over. Give OB a year to get himself together like Randall did before we hate.
60 seconds.
Dave, just take TJ's number down and tell him I'm gonna call him. Take TJ's number down and tell him I'm gonna hit him up. Cassius Clay says, I got that one. Paul Robinson ties got more moves than Obi. Blood of the Panda says, same people that praise Frank are trash and Obi a rookie is a rookie. The same scouts that said Obi was NBA ready said IQ wasn't. Let Obi grow. Well, it was actually Tibbs that said Obi was ready. So that's where the confusion lies because. Yeah, there's just a disconnect there. Just a disconnect. Maxwell Walter says, at what point do we send Obi to the G League? Well, G League's over. So I think he'll be okay long term, but he needs reps with the guys.
Sailed?
That better. Yeah, that ship sailed. That's it. Ship sailed. He said Frank can keep his baguette for now. Larry Israel says, front office moves need to be on the margins with chemistry in mind. Kenrick Williams type. Kenny Hustle, two-way guys who will sacrifice for the team. Cassius Clay once again says Frank literally played decent against a G Leaguer. Frank Hive, Iggy averages almost 30 in the G. Y'all delirious. Frank will always be a scrub. Well, Frank is in the league. Iggy's not. So, says something. Iggy hasn't played many meaningful NBA minutes himself. Brian Obiora says bring back BMB, Bullock, and Burks for next year. Continuity is key, and although they are upgradable, they are very reliable. Not sure about the reliable part, but on certain aspects. Alexander says, Ash dropping that Yiddish slang. Let's go. Haha, mazel. You said mazel tov?
No, I said chutzpah.
Oh, okay. All right. In your international bag. I got you. Christian Grogan, appreciate it. Go get a 0712, appreciate it. He says, I saw Rivers at my job tonight. He said he's getting traded. For who, though? Oh, somebody's dropping gems.
Cap. That man walked into your job and said, what's up, I'm Austin Rivers. By the way, I'm getting traded.
I don't know, but he sent a super chat. He sent a $10 super chat to say that.
That Austin Rivers walked into his job and told him he's getting traded.
I mean, maybe in conversation. He's definitely, there's definitely something going on.
And you would tell somebody, if you were Austin Rivers, you would go and tell somebody you were getting traded, just a random person on the street, in a store?
I don't know. Go get it. We need more info. We need more detail. You got to call in for that,
I need the whole story, sir.
Yeah. Christian
In the words of Jay-Z. I don't believe you. You need more people.
Christian Grogan says Julius is the black Nikola Jokic. Appreciate that. And I want to appreciate the entertainer in here. Salute my guy Chris. He says, big win tonight. Stand up, Knicks fans. Keep doing what you're doing, my man. Salute to the entertainer, man. Definitely appreciate it. And I think that's it. I lost some of the super chats earlier, but if you did send a super chat, definitely appreciate you guys. Back at it again